age. And that's what athletics can do for you, is be around young people. They make you think you're still young and that you can still do the dances that you don't even know.
And what's been the biggest X factor in this whole thing? I feel like you've been found out the rotations. I got everybody in the right. Your system is pretty good.
Yeah. I think it's two things. I think it's continuity of the roster, right? Like we've been able to play together. I think adding Julie Van Loo has been, while her stat line may not show the impact, she brings a lot of life and bounce to the locker room. She's a three-point shooter. I think you have to look at that. But we're just getting people back. Having Ray back to where she's actually in rhythm now. I mean, you see how active she is and how she can make plays. Everyone's just more and more comfortable.
I might as well just ask you point blank, is Cameron Brink playing tomorrow?
That's the rumor.
So you can't confirm that she is?
From what I've been told is she will play.
And I want to ask, what have you seen that Latricia's brought to you guys as coaching staff from the defensive end?
Well, I think, for me, and I've explained this, like in the game of inches, how can, we want to make a playoff push. How can we get there defensively? We've not been good statistically, analytically. We've been really good offensively all season. So how can we bring that part up while maintaining our offense? And, she knows the league better than I do. She knows the players better than I do, our opponents. So just the next kind of layer of understanding and expertise.
And you mentioned, like, during the All-Star break, you did an analytical deep dive on. Is that something you always do? Like, even back in college, during breaks, you
Christmas
do that?
break, yeah.
What have you found that does for you? Like, is it a refresher course?
No, it helps align where we should be leaning in. So if plays, and we don't really run plays, but let's say actions A, B, C that I thought in training camp were going to be amazing. Our points per shot attempt are not that amazing, but DEF are working really well. Then let's hone in on DEF, right? Like stuff like that, whether it's lineup, sometimes lineups you have in your mind how it's going to look and feel, and then you look at the numbers and it's like, defensively, like what, if we break it down to every little action, but what actions do we struggle with? Are we giving up points per possession on? What actions are we pretty good at? So it's eliminating things that we're not doing well, whether on both sides of the ball. Like if we suck at trapping, then let's not trap. So it's just that kind of stuff where it's really honing in on actions, and then what can we add offensively, what can we take away offensively, that kind of stuff.
Will Cameron Brink be on a minute restriction, and also where do you see her in the system?
I see her, I think what her biggest strength is her versatility, right? But it's so hard for an athlete to be out that long and be right where they left off. And so I think, and my biggest concern is Cam's grace with herself, right? She's an elite athlete, and all these guys expect to be great all the time. And she might come out and drop 20 tomorrow, I don't know. But I don't want her to put pressure on herself to be, it's gonna take her, just like what I was saying about Ray, like it takes a while to get your sea legs back. So not only has she been out, she's coming off a kind of a mental mind game injury. So she needs to come in and take that first hit and realize like, oh, I'm all right. But minutes restriction, I haven't talked to the trainer, the doctor yet. Probably, but I don't know.
Coach, I got a chance to actually interview Cameron Brink after practice. First, I talked to her about the half-court shot and being so excited about that. But then I asked her point blank, was she, planning to play? And she said yes. With that said, how exciting is it to, have her back and then, have all 11 active players and just all of that? Like you're finally getting all of the pieces that you thought you were going to have at some point this season.
It's great. And, again, not to put too much pressure on Cam's impact right now. I want her to come out and, I told her to look around, smell the popcorn, and look at it, like you made it back. And that's the accomplishment. That's just be in the moment and not worry too much about missing a layup or just be in the moment, play with gratitude and joy. But yes, to your point, July 29th we'll have all 11 players healthy, and praise God.
And how proud are you of her for being as patient as she was with herself? Because I talked to her and she says, in general, I'm not a patient person.
Yeah, and that, sometimes the hardest lessons in life are, the hardest times in life are the biggest lessons, right? And I know in my own life, the things that I need to work on somehow, I end up having to work on it. And, she'll be a better player because of this. And it sucks that you have to go through it. You don't wish it on any player. But I think it'll help. It helps you, just what you learned in that adversity. But she's been tremendous, and it's hard, especially in the off season. It's one thing, but when your teammates are out there and you're over there doing leg curls, it's hard. And she's been a tremendous teammate. I'm really, really proud of her.
It's got to be hard too when you know that you can help.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think she looks at our defense and thinks, I can do this. I can step in and make an impact, and that's what I'm telling her to focus on. The offense will come. In our offense, the shots will find you. Just help us defensively. Knowing she's back there can allow us to be a little more aggressive, right? Yeah.
And I know this is probably a down-the-line question. For this season, do you foresee her potentially getting back into a starting lineup position, or do you want to just ease her in and just see what happens?
Yeah, I'm not worried about. I know we play Seattle on Friday. After that, I have no idea who we play. As I've said many times, I'm present tense, live in the moment. So tomorrow, everything I've been told, she'll play, probably minutes restriction, and then Wednesday we'll wake up and see what the future holds.
We talked about Sanaya earlier in the season, and now she's getting some minutes, being productive. So, what do you think of her play so far?
I think she's doing a good job. She's got to be at I think all rookies, you've got to get to a point where you're competing without worrying about messing up. And that's her biggest thing right now. You don't want to make mistakes so bad that sometimes what ends up happening is that you make a mistake. And so getting her to play a little more freely, a little more confidently, and I think we're starting to see that.
You got Vegas tomorrow.
Yes.
What's going to be the focus?
Score more points. No, they got Olympians. They're loaded. I know their record doesn't show it this year. I think we're so used to seeing them, with 20 wins already. But that does not. Look at our record. I think we're better than our record too. They're dangerous, and they're well coached, and they've got playmakers at every spot. So we got our hands full, and we're feeling confident right now. But like I said, our goal coming into the season was not to win 5 games in a row. The goal coming into the season was to make the playoffs, and we've done a good job. And winning 5 in a row helps us get one step closer. But the job is not done, and so we've got to stay hungry and stay focused, and continue to play that underdog role.
Thanks, everyone.
All right, thank you guys.